at vector graphics more in depth. Vector graphics can be divided into several components. First are the anchor points. Basically, they are points. We can connect one anchor point to another anchor point with line or curve. The line or curve which connecting the anchor points are defined or controlled by handles. Now these handles are called Bezier handles. You might be wondering why these handles are called like that. Well, Bezier is actually the name of the mathematics scientist who invented the algorithm. Okay, now all of these anchor points and curves in terms of their display characteristics are called stroke. Strokes have many display properties. We can set how software render the strokes. For example, we can set how thick the stroke will be rendered. We can set the color and the transparency level. We can even set it to display fancy effects such as calligraphic brush like this, scatter brush, or art brush. They look complicated, but under the hood they are still simply stroke, which is a display properties of anchor points and curves. So we can still easily reshape it like this, for example, and the brush effect will follow automatically. Okay, now if these strokes create closed curve, meaning the start and the ending of it are joined together, we can have fill. Fills are areas that may contain display properties like color or gradient or pattern, etc. The unique thing about Illustrator is that when we create vector shapes, they are virtually auto-closed. Meaning that if we have stroke like this, it can be filled with color like this in Illustrator because Illustrator creates virtual additional line from this starting anchor point to this ending anchor point. If you come from other vector graphic applications, you may already know that this is not the common behavior. So to sum up, we can divide vector graphics into two types of components, fill and stroke. Basically, stroke are lines or curves, and fills are areas or regions. Knowing the concept of strokes and fills is essential since colors and tools and effects in Illustrator are divided into these two big groups, those who works with strokes and those who works with fills. Anchor points can be divided into several types. First is the corner type. Corner type doesn't have any handles, thus making it sharp and makes curves connected to them become straight lines. The next type of anchor points is Bezier type. It has handles that we can use to control the curvature. Bezier anchor points like this will always look smooth because the handle's orientation are symmetrical, meaning that if we move one handle, the other handle will follow in terms of the orientation. The third type of anchor point is Bezier corner. Bezier corner points are basically anchor points who have handles, but the handles are not symmetrical. So if we move this handle around, the other will not follow. That is why Bezier corner anchor points can have a sharp look like this. The last type is the smooth type. The smooth type is anchor points which are not displaying any handles, but they look smooth using automatic smoothing algorithm. In Adobe Illustrator, this kind of smooth anchor points only happens when we use a specialized tool such as curvature tool, which we're going to discuss in the next video, inshallah. So again, to recap, corner anchor points don't have any handles and they look sharp. Smooth anchor points don't have handles also, but they look smooth automatically. Bezier anchor points have handles and they look smooth due to the handles are always symmetrical. The last one is Bezier corner points, which has handles, but because the handles can be oriented independently, the points can have sharp corner.